So you're looking for your first deal. You're trying to figure out how to get started in real estate. You are in the right place. Today, we're going to be talking about how to start wholesale real estate or just how to get involved in real estate in 2024. We're in the middle of the year. Things are hot, literally. The real estate market maybe not as hot as people are used to it being, but it's still a great time to get started. It's still plenty of deals to be done. And I got one of the best closers in the industry right here. I got the cleanest of the cleanest, Mr. Cordero. What's going on, man?
Man, you just trying to get to it. I don't know what day of the week it is, honestly, man. I had to think about it. It's a Monday.
It
Uh,
is.
it's a Monday, man. I'm really trying to get to it. Really trying to get a deal that day.
Yeah, for sure,
Wow.
man. I mean, every time you come out of the blocks, man, on a Monday, you ready to lock some up. You ready to get the deal done, man. And shoot, man, it's still an eventful day. Still a lot of stuff going on. Man, still working to get people under contract and close deals and do all kind of stuff. So it's still been crazy over here, man. But man, let's see who's coming through. Jaden come through, man. What's up? Tapping in before you have to tap out. And then we got Rich. What's going on up? Rich down there in the dirty, dirty. What's going on, man? Um, but yeah, Jaden closes. It's Jaden first deal, right?
It's Jaden first deal. Jay been MIA today, but he said he'd be good for tomorrow.
Oh yeah. He was somebody coming on tomorrow. Yeah, we need to get Jaden on tomorrow, man. What was that? The deal closed. That deal closed on one day, and then uh, you and Jaden didn't show up. The people was like, "Well, took her there and Jaden did another deal," and I was like, "Man, they went out to celebrate."
I didn't show it to live that day.
Yeah. I think you was so. I don't know where you was at. You was so with her. You had something going on. But I was like, Cordero and Jaden, that way they went out to celebrate, man.
Yeah. Me and Jay was at the club. Me and Jay was at the club. Jay was on the outside because he's not old enough to get in, so I was just in. And I was at the bar ordering a water on the rocks. And I'm just,
Oh man. So,
what's up, guys?
what's up? What's up? What's going on, man? Jay says, I'm off tomorrow, y'all, as long as it's early in the evening. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm talking about, Jay. Let's get it early in the evening. Byron be wanting to go in the middle of the night
hey,
at
hey,
1 in
you
the
got
morning.
21-year-olds, they ain't got one kid on the planet.
Hey, we don't know if Jay got kids or not, man.
And they the ones talking about they want to go early, like like they need any sleep.
We
Hey,
don't
them
know.
dudes, hey, dudes can still work. Hey, them dudes can still run off of 15 minutes of sleep.
Dude. Shoot.
I just went to sleep. Man, hey, man, I bet Jay, man, that just can get 15 minutes sleep, be good for the day.
Byron always put these unrealistic expectations. Was you like that on you? He'd be like, "Man, I bet you could fall off a building and get right back up." No, Byron.
Hey, you see them? I showed you them dummies, them dumb young boys that they get hit by cars and all that stupid stuff. Standing there watching them cars spin around and get hit, and
And
then
you know what
bounce
they turn into? They turn into them cats with limps, or they don't laugh. They be forever young. Telling you
Dude,
now,
I'm like, man, these young boys, man, they can do anything, bounce right back.
man. Please, I'm old, dude. I'm old. I got gray hair.
Yeah, hey, Rick say he trying to party like Jay when he got when he got us that first deal. Hey, man, Jay said, "Bought that man." That's the first time Jay had showed up to a live in a long time, boy.
They the mini rock to sleep.
Jay, Jay went out there and did that thing.
Yeah. But somebody asked a question, unwimmed.
Oh man, I miss that.
How many calls do you guys do a day if cold calling?
Cordero, the king of cold calling, man. Go ahead.
Okay, I mean, I'm just the only one that probably cold call at this group, but I would say, I can tell you here.
Yeah, you
I
got
really
on.
focus on time in the dialer, and honestly, a lot lately I focus on X amount of leads because if you say you want to get 2 to 3 leads a day, that might take you 2 hours. That might take you 8 hours,
Yeah.
and that's just being serious about getting it. It just depends on the day. So I really focus on. Let me see. So what's today? All right, 22. Let's go back. I'll just pick a random day because I dial first thing in the morning. The first thing when I come in to start working, I'll dial, and then I have my VA dial for 4 hours, and then sometimes Jade will come dial for me, just to get the reps in. So I think all in all, you really want to be dialing as much as you can. Dude, 8 leads generated. So we got 2,000. I just picked a random day. I picked actually last Monday because not this Monday. I dialed today, but my VA there was a power outage, so she didn't get to dial. She gonna make the time up though. She said she would make the time up. But I picked last Monday 2,000 outbound calls. I think that was just for me, and that was over um, a 4 hour period of time dialing. So again, I really just focus on time in the dialer, but all successful people really only focus on results because it don't matter if I did 2,000 calls or 200,000 calls, or if I spent 2 hours in the dialer or 8 hours in the dialer. If I got zero leads, it was for nothing. So you really want to try to focus
So you said how many leads did you get off that?
on. Ooh, I got it's at 8 leads, 8 leads. But that's me though. That's not the same as my VA when she's in the dialer. You know what I'm saying? I probably get a little bit more leads than the average person because I know what to listen for. And it takes you time. The more you do it, the better you get. I know what to listen for. And the thing about cold calling, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day, a lot of the leads that you would get, somebody raised their hand and said, yeah, I'm interested. Those can be follow-ups. So a lot of the cold calling is about filling up your pipeline and making sure it's flush. And so the deals I would close today from a cold call is the initial conversation that I had was months ago. So I'm saying, so it's just about it's flush and you got to fill up the pipeline. Whereas like a PPL lead, those people come in and they're literally going on to need to sell my house fast. Hold on. He said he caught about, hold on, go to his next comment. He said he caught about 30 people today. That
Hey,
unless you call 30 PPL leads, that ain't gonna. You talking about cold calling people? That's not gonna cut
yeah,
it.
dude, I was doing that. When I first started out, man, I had Google Voice, and I was calling people like that. And I was like, "Dang, man, call 20 people today, call this many people today." And it's just that you don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you don't know. You think you called 30 people, you thought that was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And like Cordell was saying, it's all depending on who those people are. Did you call 30 people that was headed in the foreclosure?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Did you call 30 people where you drove around and found empty properties and called, found their number and called 30 of the people who you drove by and saw that their property was empty? Or did you just call 30 random people? You know what I'm saying? So pre-probate.
yeah.
You know,
But then
even
also too.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Byron brings up a really good point in just talking about leverage. First of all, in this business, you got two principles that I want to point out. One, we tend to drastically, extremely underestimate how much work it takes to be successful, to go in any given direction. Like you want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, couple 10 push-ups ain't gonna cut it. You got to do thousands and thousands of reps. and eat a lot of calories and a lot of food and make a lot of sacrifices over years. And so, likewise, to be successful, that's the one principle. It's just generally 10x, 10 times that. So, like, you got to really multiply. You need to be calling 300 people a day or 3,000 people a day. The more people, the better. And then the second principle is leverage. So, using systems, I'm imagining unwind that you are hand dialing. And so you using a system to hand dial, whether it's Google Voice, your own phone number, like I started out when you know what I'm saying, or like smartphone or something like that. But you can use systems that give you leverage because it's a lot of work to hand dial. Like hand dialing 30 people, that's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I mean? Like that feels like a lot of work, and that probably took you hours to do. But if we're talking cold calling, then you want to be able to have that leverage to pull bigger lists, to have some sort of way to get access to. Hold on, wait. What's pre-probate? we was talking about this the other day. It's just funny that you said unwinded. But what do you like
Maybe
before?
it's people who passed away who hadn't been through probate yet.
Yeah. Well,
So,
we just like, but the basis of what that means, like you catching cats at the nursing home, huh?
hey,
But
that's probably the best way to catch them. Best place to catch them.
real talk. But my
So
point
they
is
can
just leverage with figuring out a way to get larger lists of those pre-probates, larger, bigger scale lists, and then how to hit them. So that's what it's going to be about. You just got to do a lot more than 30 a day. You need about 3,000 a day, 3,000 a day. And I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean?
Jay says, I'm hungry for my next deal. I started sending voice messages to leads and started getting better results from sellers as far as just getting them on the phone. But yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Jada Beast with getting that's one thing. Jada Beast with getting people on the phone and just being sheer like relentless with his efforts. And just
Say hungry dog after the back of the meat truck.
yeah, man. And it's just as far as like, but just laser focus, and that is a principle. If we go through the 10x rule, honestly, one thing I wanted to do when we had Jay come on is just like I would have the 10x pulled up, and I'm just looking. You know how at the end of the book before the last chapter where he goes like it's like 20 principles of the successful, and watch how we could point out how Jay implemented several principles like always partner up, uh, be persistent, take massive action readily, so on and so forth. But Jay definitely did that. Would you recommend you use both property leads and need to sell my house fast to get more volume, or stick to one based off preference, Mr. Scott?
I would use both. You know, if you don't like the leads, then just stick to the areas that you like. You know what I'm saying? Because usually, if a lead is in a certain area, you know, it's usually pretty good if you can get in areas that you like. But yeah, I would stick with both. I would just lower my bids on need to sell my house fast if I didn't like the leads there. Um, or I just like subscribe to less counties. Like if I didn't like what was going on with property leads, I'll subscribe to less counties to narrow down. Okay, I don't like this platform, but if they can find me a lead in this county, then I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. He says property leads been working for me so far. Yeah, property leads I think has the better leads. I was talking to somebody about that earlier. But you know, need to sell my house fast, still send leads, you know.
They still send leads. The name of the game is leads, bro. Like I don't even and y'all know. I mean, Jade and Byron know, especially. Like you know, I'm doing PPL. I'm hitting all the PPL. I'm talking to all these people. It's just like wherever they come from, they leads. Because you got to think, yeah. And I remember thinking like that too when when I was just doing lead Zolo and need to sell my house fast, or even when before Byron started doing property leads, and we was just doing lead Zolo and need to sell my house fast. I was thinking, man, need to sell my house fast track. And then Mark from the mastermind, he did 100K deal. off need to sell my house, off a need to sell my house fast lead. That'll make me never, and then that'll make me forever just be like, dude, yeah, you can call them trash, but the name of the game is contacts equal contracts, lead flow. You don't know which one of them is going to be your 100K deal. So I would
Yeah.
definitely say diversify, and also the biggest reason to diversify is because, like Jay pointed out a couple days ago, is just sometimes one of them be slow. You know what I mean? Where sometimes need to sell my house fast don't send you like leads this week, but property leads does. Because you got to think from the perspective of the platform, it's all about it's all about ooh, it's all about it's all about like they got their own advertisements. They have their own advertisements out and things like that. So you see what I'm saying? So need to sell my house fast. They got a lot of Facebook stuff, but property leads might have a lot of Google AdWords. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
LeadZolo might have a lot of YouTube leads. That I think LeadZolo was the first place I was like, dang, they got YouTube leads. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So consider that. That's the
Yeah.
reason.
Shoot, my first lead on need to sell my house fast was a 20K deal. So, very first lead, first thing that came in. So,
And was that a wholesale deal or was that
wholesale?
Ooh, shout out to buyer.
Yeah, but
Was that old dude? Was that one old dude in South Georgia who was like sick? You remember that?
It was up near Atlanta.
What do you remember that old dude though? And you end up sending your guy over there.
Oh yeah.
Was he from Need to Sell My House Fast or Lee Zello?
Need to sell my house fast.
Yeah, dude. I get it. When you over time, huh?
Which color came in on that? Your boy in Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah. Came from Need to Sell My House Fast.
Yeah. So we got plenty of deals on Need to Sell My House Fast.
That's why I say it's like don't sleep on Need to Sell My House Fast. I get it, and it's just like it's like all of these platforms. If you get 10 leads sent to you, 9 of them gonna be trash. One of them might be talking or something. And Need to Sell My House Fast, the 9 trash, and I'm just giving an example. Those aren't actual numbers, but the 9 trash ones be trash. They be garbage. So that's why you think, oh, it's just like these leads, but it's just like it's about the numbers. If you buy 20 leads from Need to Sell My House Fast, will you get a deal? Will you close a deal? Then at that point, that's all you need to be. You got to take a step back, and you got to take a step back and say, just what are the numbers, like just from a business entrepreneur perspective. But yeah, I think diversifying because some be slow sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, man. Let's see what else we got. People talking around here. I just got a fire burn property in Mississippi to dispo. Man, that's crazy. Burned up in Mississippi.
Hey, CEO be doing, you know what I'm saying? You be doing your thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, CEO, you in a couple spots. You is he not almost nationwide?
I thought it was.
Hey, CEO, look, I think if I'm not mistaken, CEO also uses like not the you use that new disposition thing that comes from I Speak to Lead. Hey, I got this one property in Alabama. It was a person who owned some property in my primary market, but she had another property in Alabama that she tried to list like for sale by owner, but she has motivation. I don't know, CEO, hit me up, dude. We might be able to get it off. I mean, she's been wanting at least an offer on it. But Alabama is not my primary market, and I kind of ain't really spend no time on it. But Cordero, that's why I asked too, because it's been a slow week with property leads. I figured why not use it? Absolutely. And Jay, by the way, with the Florida lead or deal, I should say, which one did that come from? The Florida lady.
So would you say cold calling 100 people a day, the minimum mark, dude? You got to go way bigger than that.
I think when you heard me say 3,000 people, you thought I was over exaggerating. I mean that. For real. I was just talking about
that's like almost dang near minimum.
really, really. I was just talking to my VA. It's just like we need to increase. We need to call more. I was telling her that like we need to be calling
Oh,
more.
we got beat just now.
Do I just got to leave just now, dude? Jay, come on now. Hold on. Did he come to me? We can call him right now. Call him, do your thing, and then you can call me. We can show people how we do it. If you want to do that, let me know. Let me know. We can go ahead and get somebody locked up tonight.
Oh,
But yeah, I was unwilling. I was talking to my VA. I'm just like, man, we really need to be doing more. And honestly, because I'm thinking about like a guy who came and needs to sell my house fast. Call him now, or send me the number if you want me to call him directly. But it's best.
so that lady in Florida came from need to sell my house fast.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
what's that?
The one in Albany, he came from need to sell my house fast too, didn't he?
Need to sell my house fast. Talking about that's what I'm saying. I get it. I know exactly what you mean, Jay. When you was just like, they be the bad ones from need to sell my house fast be a tough pill to swallow because from a user perspective, need to sell my house fast kind of advertises get you an offer. You want an offer on your house? So a lot of people who go on there, they just like in the middle of the night saw an ad. Like if I type in my information, they might just send me a offer like online or something like that, right? So, but somebody said, "Can you call live?" It's 9. I don't know if these all go together because it's from two different people. But somebody said, "Can you call live?" It's 9 p.m. I don't think that they're mentioning that, but I just want to point out normally, like you don't want to cold call after 8 p.m. where whatever time you're in, whatever time those sellers in. That's the cutoff. I'm pretty sure that's the law. You can't be calling people after 8 p.m. However, if these are inbound leads, these are people who went to our website and reached out to us to request some information. So a lot of times, not only do we reach out, but we find that these people need us. You feel me? They're saying like,
Well, it's the time they're usually available. It's like some people are usually more available later on in the evening. They like to be up at that time. You know what I'm saying? You call them earlier in the day and they sleep. Like that dude who was messing with what's his name? Eugene? What his name wasn't Eugene. His name was
which
some older guy though. And he
you talking about
slept.
South Georgia,
Yeah.
Alvin
He
or Allen?
Yeah, something like that. But he was sleeping a lot during the day, and he want to get hit up in the evening time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking
It's like
about,
that.
and I'm about to call the seller, but I'm talking about like these people like legitimately like Byron got to saying it's like they hair on fire. By the time if they reach out to you in the middle of the night at 9 o'clock and they saying like I need to sell my house fast at 9 p.m., it's an emergency. Like you're providing a service.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure. But and then not only that, man, it's like, oh, you calling?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Before we speak.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not a.
All right, call him twice, no answer. I'm about to shoot him a text. Hey, this is Cordero calling about it. I'll tell you exactly what I'm texting. Hey, name. Let me get that name. This is Cordero calling about your place. I don't say about your property because there's rules and regulations that say I apply the same rules that you would like on a smarter contact or a launch control, where the first initial text message don't use certain keywords like property, sale, investors, stuff like that. I try not to do that just to make sure it gets through to them. So I'll say I'm calling about your place, not your property on 123 Main Street.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't say 123 Main Street. I just say on Main Street, by the way, as to not be too direct. Again, that's just a personal thing that I do.
Nah, that's a good idea, man. I mean, I think that's a good idea, even from the seller reading that kind of message. That's a good idea.
Is now a good time to talk? Hey, seller, this is Cordero calling about your place on Main Street. Is now a good time to talk? Shoot it. And keep the message, the first message short, because you don't want it to send in two different messages. You want that first message to just you want that just to be easy. You're trying to pierce through the veil. You're really trying to get to them. And the reason why we send that text messages, there's a couple reasons why people don't answer. Maybe they just really don't want to be bothered, or our assumption about them needing our help right now isn't true. It happens. But some people, they're just like, I don't know this. They just don't answer unknown numbers. We all know people like that, or we either are that person. Like, I'm not going to answer a number I don't know. Plain and simple. When you text them, you say, hey, I'm calling about Main Street. Like, oh, okay. Call me right now. I had plenty of times where people like, oh, call me right now. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was doing this. How do I called a lead at 3 a.m. when it came. Dude, Rich, I called the lead at 3 a.m. and talked to them till 4 a.m. We talked and talked. Text them, wait a minute. Hope they respond. If they don't respond, I'm still gonna call them back in.
3 a.m. is insane.
they went to our web. They went to us at 3 a.m. That means they up at 3 a.m. The lady I've talked to several sellers at 3 a.m.
What county is
Laverne? It's between. I don't think it's Rutherford technically. It's between Rutherford and Davidson, so between Murfreesboro and Nashville. It's in a very good place. I mean, it's a suburb of Nashville if you want to consider it like that.
Call him 100 times, Jay.
Hey, Jay, hit him with
Put
that
the full court press on him.
Hold on, I might be getting hold on. We might be getting something. Hey, Jay, you gotta hit him with that spice ball. Sometimes you gotta hit him with the spice ball.
Man, you put that Richard on him, man. Richard be
Richard gonna be at your door.
Hey, Richard be at their door, knocking at their door.
And
or he'll text be like, hey, Cordero. They gotta respond to that. They got no choice, dude. Especially you text that from a number that you hadn't called them from, they got no choice.
Hey, Richard always gotta, hey, yo, dude, can we tell it what Richard did? Richard, can we tell the people what you did for that one seller? Shawty just texted me and said it. Just said IT. What'd that mean? What IT mean? She just said it. But what Richard did for that seller, Richard, this is how Richard going above and beyond. It's his, I don't know if it's his first deal he got locked up. It might be one of, Richard got like a lot of deals locked up right now. Maybe 2, maybe 3 deals locked up right now. You know what I'm saying? But one seller really needed it. So Richard went over there and she just texted me and said, let me call it back. Let me call it back. We're going to finish that story about Richard. Let me hit her right back.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Look, and I learned this from Byron. I called her twice, didn't answer, sent that text, sent me some weird text. I called her again. She didn't answer. Now I'm going to text and say, hey, I'm calling to speak to seller. Do I have the right contact information? So that it's not just Jade will just blitz him. Okay, Jade just gonna call. Yeah. This is the lead you sent me. But mine is strategic. Like if you were trying to get a hold of somebody, you would just call, and then I'll say, I called you a third time. I'm just trying to make sure I have the right number. So that way they know, like, or they assume like, oh, he's not just calling me. But there's a reason why he called me that third time. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, they feel obligated to help you or answer your question. Did I put mine? I got this from Byron. Byron, make sure I'm sending the right message, man.
Man, whatever. Hey, Jay putting that full court press on.
His results. Because Jay never asked, how many times should I call that person? Jay just called until they answered. You know what I'm saying? On the result. That's such an important key. It ain't even just about, you know what I mean? None of that. It's about results.
Jay.
So anyway, like I was saying, oh yeah, no, you can see it's a good property, but in this area, unless this person has a real serious motivation, again, it came from need to sell my house fast. So my presumption is that unless they actually have a motivation, then they are just wanting a quick cash offer for their house. But you don't know until you get them on the horn. So I'm gonna send that text. Wait a second, get it back. The way I am with anything, I set goals that I feel are way out of reach. When I reach them, I raise the bar even higher, man. Hey, Richard, I don't know if you've read 10X, but you're 10Xing. But I think I set some goals for myself. Well, at the top of this year, we actually were going through our masterminds, setting goals. And I actually missed that one, but I was just inspired. So I actually made it a point to set some goals of mine. And the way I'm approaching my goals now, I'm like, dang, I should have set them higher.
Yeah.
I think that's a natural response. Is just thinking like, once you set your goals out of your reach, you feel compelled to go harder. Like I said I was going to do, like, for example, unweaned. I said I was going to do 30 calls a day. I said I was going to do 300 calls a day. But if I tell you if you tell yourself I'm going to do 3,000 calls a day, and you really connect and commit to that, then from there, you're going to do things that are different and act different. And you're going to start to do things to help you get to that 3,000 calls a day. Then you might mess around and do 4,000, 5,000 calls a day because you was in that mode. So from there, you like, dang, if I'd have known that just by committing, I could have reached this much, I'd have set the goal. You feel me? But Byron, could you explain what Richard did for that one seller did?
Man,
This was dude.
I mean, Ty's done this for sure.
I mean, I've done it. I'm pretty sure we've all done something similar to this, but for Richard to not have done his deal and just did this sheerly off of thinking instinctually.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those things too, man, that I don't know. Where Rich from is kind of lends itself to doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, Rich got this deal, man, and the seller, I think his phone went out or something like that. So Rich drove up there and was able to, and Rich gonna be able to come on and tell a story. Hopefully we can get him on. I know he's real busy, but he went up there and paid for the guy's phone bill. And I'm pretty sure he paid for some other bills too. To help us make sure the man was taken care of. After that, man, that dude was eating out the palm of Richard's hand, man.
Dude, I'm talking about eating at the. This man, listen, we needed to get in contact with the seller. The seller's phone was out, so Richard paid his bill. Woo! I said, listen, we got the seller locked up. I said, okay, you can give me a call or you can give Richard a call. He said, I'll call Richard. I don't need to talk to you. He said, matter of fact, get out of my face. I said, sir, I'm not even in your face. I'm over the phone. He said, you heard what I said. Shut up. said, I'm sorry. I said, dang, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the simple fact, because this exemplifies a lot of qualities of the 10X, of the just
Hungry dog out the back of the meat truck.
but it was more than that, because also too, it was just like Richard just being a kind-hearted person and
Yeah.
wanted to have that service mindset towards servicing these sellers. And when you meet somebody and you see that they're in need, so you want to do right by them. Because here's the thing, you hear me talk about it a lot, but not a lot of people are going to talk about this. Is the simple fact that we can talk about the money you make and the deals you do and what that equates to the dollars, but you really change people's lives.
Yeah.
You really do a lot for people. See what I'm saying? Like, it really does something. So to be able to help people, like when people are in these situations, they don't know how to get out of these situations. We got a lady about to do a short sale. She was trapped. Let's keep it real. She's trapped. And probably any other person that needs to do a short sale, they are trapped unless we can come help them. And so to have that kind-hearted, like that mindset, like that service mindset, then for it to then equate to dollars, I'm telling you, that's powerful. But then also like do whatever it takes, because also this will make the deal go through. Also, this will breed trust with the seller. So from here until the end of to the closed finished product, he's not gonna work against us, he's gonna work with us. The seller is, because he's like, okay, people actually, that's something you gotta do. That's something that's also slept on, is when you reach out to these sellers, you can't just go like, unless you're getting that low-hanging fruit. And for a lot of people, your first deal is gonna be low-hanging fruit. Yeah. But the point is, when you try to get some of these deals boil down to just sheer trust. That's why a lot of it's follow up. That's how we got Ken, your boy Ken. You know what I'm saying? Just like stuff like that. Or even I just hit another deal back up. A couple did Paul. Yeah, we got listed. All of these was because I established a connection with the people, and when you follow up consistently, they're like, "Oh, this person wasn't just here 1 second, gone." After you have like 3 or 4 conversations, 5 conversations over the phone with a person, they get familiar with your name, your voice, your phone number popping up. Then it's just like, okay, this person is different. This person isn't just here for some money. They keep following up with me to make sure that I get to a successful outcome. They must care.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the biggest difference. When you have a seller legitimately tell you, listen, if I sell my house, it's going to be through you and nobody else. So you got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to, and some people do this in other ways, like having testimonials and Google reviews and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, we need more of that. You know what I mean? So that way, but it's about establishing trust. That'll get you a lot more business if you're a trusted person.
Definitely will, man. I always talking about like doing good business, man, is the key, man. Just doing good business, and if you practice doing good business and telling people what you're gonna do and following through with that, you know, a lot of people, even without their reviews, a lot of times can like get on the phone with Cordero and the way that he talked to them and the way that we kind of run our deal. It's like you could just, people just feel that that you follow through with what you say, that you know what you're doing, that you've done this before. Like people, they can get the feeling that you've been there before, that you've done this, that this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? There's things that we put in place that kind of signals this is what we do. This ain't the first time we done this. All the stuff that kind of makes them feel comfortable with going ahead and signing.
We got an excellent question. Byron, what is the best way to start wholesaling?
Me and Cordero had this question, I think, a couple of months ago. And we kind of, talked, he was saying one thing, I was kind of saying another. And I've been kind of convinced by, I guess the whirlwind or whatever. I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, I think the best way to get started these days, you need to do 2 things, right? you need to
Wait. Before you say it, I want to add, I agree with Byron now.
Oh
That,
no, I can't believe that. I can't. I'm
I'll
like,
tell
dude,
you,
I
because
still don't
if you
know.
add the two things, if you say the two things, then for sure. But now I'm at a place where I'm just like, if you got the two things,
Yeah,
if
if
you
you can
got
do these two things, I think it's bulletproof. Um, the first thing you need to do is, well, not the first thing you need to do. You could, I don't know, you don't need to do this in any order either. You need to be ready to buy 30 leads. You know what I'm saying? 20 to 30 leads. If you're ready to buy that, like Jay came on here and said, I'm going to buy 30 leads. Like, great. One thing, that's one thing you need to do. You need to be ready. You got the money to buy to buy 20 to 30 leads, pay per lead, just buy them. You know what I'm saying? That means people raising their hand and say, hey, me, I want to sell. You know, if you can get 20 to 30 of those, you know, that you can buy, and then mix that in with connecting with somebody like Cordero or like Caretha or like Keithon or like, that can people, somebody that's actually doing deals. If you can do both of those, contacts these contracts, some way connect with them and then buy those leads and be able to let them help you with those leads, like that's rocket fuel in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who's doing deals can identify a deal. You know what I'm saying? When you get 20 to 30 leads come in, it's like one of them is so likely to be a layup. You know what I'm saying? Or at least it's a shot that's in the paint, or at least it's a free throw. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Cordero might say, oh, this ain't a layup, but hey, this a free throw. Bounce ball a couple of times.
Hey, I don't play basketball. I'm trash, and that's my point. But if I got LeBron on my team,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? I got LeBron on my team.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. You really, you really need to connect with somebody. Like I was saying, man, it's like I was trying to get started wholesaling, man, and it wasn't until I actually got connected with somebody who was doing deals that I actually closed my first deal, because I could not identify. You know what I'm saying? I could not identify that is a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to identify. I think that's what really hold people up. People tell me, I've been trying to deal for 8 months, for this long, for that long. It's strategy and it's identifying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, how do you generate leads? And the PPL just made it so easy to generate the leads. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is sign up, set your bids, and the leads gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you gotta go and skip trace, then pull this list, and then set this texting platform up, and then you got to send a certain text message out, and and then you got to text this many people, or you got to sit on the phone to cold call for 5 hours a day, and you better make sure that your numbers are right. You better make sure that this is right. Otherwise, you ain't even reaching nobody anyways. You know what I'm saying? you know, with the PPL, it's like, dude, here's the person information right here, and they want to sell a house. You know what I'm saying? And if you buy 20 to 30 of them, one of them is gonna be on the silver platter deal, right there for you. And you need somebody who got the eye, who's been there, who saw the deals, to be able to say, that's the deal. That's like that making deal that I got with Rich, that we've been working on, with Rich. Dude, that making deal came across, and I really didn't look at it hard. I said, hold on. They asked for what? And what? Put them under contract. Like Rich was going up there. I was like, dude, put him on the contract. Call Cordero. Let Cordero talk to these people on the phone and put them on the contract. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you can just look at something and be like, that's a deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you've done deals, you just look at it and just tell that it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's big. I think that's rocket fuel. I think that's the best way to get started. That's just my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? So Cordero might got some other stuff for y'all.
What I say is,
again, start from scratch. Like, dude, my bad, Cordero. And I'm saying that's starting from scratch. I'm saying you can start from scratch and get it that way. You know what I'm saying? You just need to make sure that you connect with somebody who has done some deals. You know what I'm saying? Just keep trying to reach out, talk to people. Try to figure out, somebody that's willing to talk to you, because it's like, why was Cordero talking to Jade? Why? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because Jade actually reached out. Like, this could have been any of y'all. Any of y'all could have reached out to Cordero, could have gotten on the phone with him. It's not like he said, well, I picked Jade. He didn't say that. Cordero didn't pick Jade. He just happened to be the guy who actually messaged him. You know what I'm saying?
A couple guys, he'd happened to be the guy who actually messaged me and was serious. I remember there was at one point, this was a while back, a couple months back, Jay had me on the phone talking to his stepdad, like explaining to him, like Dad, this is gonna work. Like, I want to do this. Like, I need to be doing this. He was like, man, can you talk to my dad and tell him how it's gonna work? Like, you need to tell him, like, if this is something you want to do, you need to be able to articulate that to him. But I mean, I talked to him and just was explaining questions, you know what I mean? And then
that's what I'm saying. It's like
came back, and then but Jay was serious. Jay reached out. That's why I just want to say it's just like, if I'm not going to tell nobody in this world, if you don't know nothing about wholesaling, just start buying PPL leads. You blowing, and you've never done a deal, and you're in a regular position, not maybe like Grant Cardone, and you've never done a deal, and you just like, no. But if you get with the right people, and Byron brings up a good point, not even just the right experts, because that'll work, but in the market you want to be in. That's also why Byron was able to look at that property and make it and be like, oh, lock it up, because he's familiar with the area. That could be the same quality deal in Florida. And Byron wouldn't be able to be like, oh, that range in that area, boom, lock it up as easy as that. No, we would have to do some comps first, at least. He's talking about without really sitting down and running comps. He was able to kind of offhanded couple seconds, just look, this, boom, it's a deal. So so it's important that I just think that's another thing Jay did. He stacked his bread with his job. I mean, they don't gotta
save your money. You can save your money, but you can also go get some more. You know what I'm saying? Go get some more of it.
See, the thing is, back in the heyday, before they start raising interest rates, before 2022, mid 2022, like back then, we just said, man, go stack you up like a couple $100 to get you a launch control. Now it's stack a couple inflation, dude. Stack you up $2,000-$3,000, but that'll change your life. And honestly, you can do that, but that will change your life. You know what I mean? Because that's a guarantee. Like we're talking about, do that and come to death row, and then from there it's on and pop. So, but my point is, it's about connecting with the right people, and it doesn't even. I'm saying this. It doesn't have to be Cordero and Byron. Connect with the right people, just period. If you feel like, oh, maybe if you could connect to Max Maxwell, and you feel like he's talking your language, and you can connect with him on a personal level, or Keith Everett, or a Keithon or a Caretha or a Pace Morby, a Jerry Norton. You know what I'm saying? If you can connect with them and get the access to them that you need to help walk you through a deal, I would highly recommend you do that and then start getting PPL leads. Oh, that combination, like Byron said, is rocket fuel. It's guaranteed success. If we're going, I mean, honestly, skip the line because of what he said. The name of the game is contacts equal contracts. But at some point, it's not just contacting anybody. And I'll make an example to bring it home. There was a guy who jumped on a live. This was months ago, and he was explaining. We did a cold call. He called in live, and we did a cold call, and we was explaining just how his strategy. I'm like, dude, have you done any deals? He did 0 deals, by the way. But his strategy was just like, you got to make an offer. And I was like, the more offers you make, the more deals you'll get. I was like, dude, first of all, I know you was watching Jerry Norton, and that's where you got that from. And yes, that is true. But even to a certain degree, it's about making offers to qualified people. I can't go to the homeless dude I can't talk to 100,000 homeless people, make them offers. They don't have houses. I can't just keep making them offers. It has to be somebody who's qualified. And so the thing about the PPL is not only does it generate you leads, it generates quality leads. These are people who are right in your strike zone as far as what you need, motivation, problem. And it's not like it was a couple years ago when it was just about, man, I just want to upgrade my house. And you could offer me $100,000 more than I paid for it right now, cash. It's not that. It's got to be somebody with a problem. And we have the ability to solve the problem for them. That's what makes them a quality lead. PPL does that for you and brings them to you to the point where the ratio is, I don't have to talk to 3,000 people, 5,000 people. I only need to talk to 20. See what I'm saying? And so, and also too, to the point is like, that's just the surefire way to do it. I'm still cold calling. Byron's still texting. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. And we still call, like we still do probates, like hand pull probates and cold call them. Like we not, you never know where your next deal is going to come from. You need to be text. The surefire way is to go through your contact roll in your phone and text everybody and say, hey, you got a deal? That's without spending any money. You can do that. The first deal I got was connecting with the right person, connecting with my mentor. She was a flipper, and talking to the people that I knew already. My roommate got us the first deal. So my point of that is, it's about connecting, contacts equal contracts, but you gotta be talking to quality leads. PPL will do that for you. It doesn't just hand you leads; it hands you quality leads. And I know we were talking about need to sell my house fast as trash, but I'm saying that's quality leads. You heard what I said.
So Rich said, I watched one live from these guys and started buying leads, and 3 weeks later, I had a deal under contract. It works. Oh, Rich, man. And Rich said they gotta go. Hey, man, it's out there, man. So Jay said my stepdad thought I was BS. I bet he did. Old people don't get it. Hey, I would have thought the same thing. I thought the same thing a couple of years ago, man.
Dude, hold on. Dude, the first time somebody told me about wholesaling, I was in New Hampshire. I was working at Verizon Wireless, and my 2 coworkers, and I was reading books about trying to flip properties. I said I wanted to flip houses like REI next door over here. And then these dudes was talking about wholesaling, and I was like, so you mean to tell me you're gonna do everything you can to find the perfect property to flip, and instead of flipping it, you're just gonna sell it to somebody else? Bro, I went so hard. This is younger me. If you think I'm bad now, I was really bad then. I went so hard on them, like making them like, bro, this is stupid. You don't know what you're doing. Why not just flip the property? This is the dumbest thing. This ain't gonna work. I went so hard on them. One of the dudes, he quit. And if he knew now today that I wholesale property, and I went so hard on him and he quit, I don't know what he would say. He'd be hurt. He'd be touch his chest hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, I can see why you're a stepper. You got to understand, like, yeah, they're going to think you crazy. but that kind of comes with being the first person to do something. And the more you get some perspective, uh, it's not for dude. Get your Jay request to get your money back. If, if the lady from Need to Sell My House Fast, if the lady just texted him and said it's not for sale, can he not get his screenshot that and send that in a request to them with the phone number, with her phone number in the
Now,
thing?
is that property leads or need to sell my house fast?
That's Need to Sell My House Fast,
Oh, they ain't give me that.
man.
But I still would do it though.
I still would do it for sure.
For
For
sure.
sure. But yeah, dude, so they gonna think you crazy because they're like, man, what is this? This is something I ain't never heard before, and it just sounds, you know what I'm saying. But you stayed the course. At what point are they gonna be like, Jay, let me borrow some money, let me hold some? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everyone in my family is the same, and again, dude, if we had a rich uncle, you know what I'm saying, like all the Byron's nieces and nephews had.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? They can say, yeah, my uncle did this. Then it wouldn't be such a thing. It wouldn't be such a taboo to the family. And it probably wouldn't motivate you as much to want to go do it because you're like, that lane is already covered. I didn't tell you guys, but my mom has said she was giving me till September to get a deal, or else I was going to have to go back to school. Now what moms got to say now? Hey, make sure you take that trash out. How much would people buy a fixer upper in Chicago if it's terrible?
it all depends, man. Depends on the location. It depends on what's selling around it. Depends on all that stuff, man.
How
So
much upper needs to be fixered?
yeah, she said it's not for sale. Okay, my dad think I'm wasting time doing this, dude. You definitely not wasting your time. That's for sure.
Hit up, talk to Jay. Literally, I was on the phone with Jay's stepdad, and I'm thinking, what's going on? He had me call. He was just like, so what's this? What's this such and such? I'm like, dude. In my mind, I'm like, dude, let me get back to getting like talking to sellers and trying to get my next deal instead of explaining to you how getting my next deal. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you, Jay, it was important to Jay though.
Yeah, for sure. At least a yo been catching the replays underneath the morning AM lives.
Hey,
Hey,
I need to start hitting them AM lives.
I'm telling you, man, I was on the AM lives for sure. So flipping too much work. No, work like a dog, dude. Yeah, work like a darn dog. Yeah, they won't refund that anymore. That's what I was
I'm
saying.
still asking. CEO, I'm still asking. I'm being, yeah, college and job type people. And there's nothing wrong with that because as entrepreneurs, we're going to rely on those college and job type people to help support our vision and to help support us, and we support them. And so ain't
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. But it's just like everybody can't be the president. Everybody can't be the general. You got to understand that. And I'm sure the CEO gets that. But I think I remember being in a place in my life, I was just like, man, I'm trying to convince everybody, like, why y'all all don't want to be CEOs? Why y'all all don't want to be, entrepreneurs? And as I've gone through this journey, I'm like, I see why y'all don't want to do it. But you got to be built for this. I'm gonna keep it real. And I think if you hear, you built for this. You just got to really take the action. Some of y'all ain't took the action yet.
yeah.
I'm sticking to property leads. Bump that.
Yeah.
Hit them up. I ain't even want to hit them up. Maybe I was trying to keep calm, but that's a motto. We got to hit the sellers up. But yeah, dude. I mean, we've been in here for like 3 hours now.
Dude, how long we been in here? Oh shoot, we've been in this thing about an hour, dude. But anyways, man, so we've been in this thing about an hour. We got 6 people still in this thing. Man, just to let y'all know, man, we kicked off the first deal guarantee.
Yeah.
We're taking on 5 people and we helping them get their first deal and we guarantee it. And we're charging people $1,000 to join our team and learn how to get their first deal.
Now listen, that's like 80% off. That is a super steep discount. You guys actually won't be a part of the first people there. You won't be a part of the first group of people. And again, like I said, if you these are the principles that we believe in, teaming up with the right people, teaming up with people who have generated success, we got the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? We got the proof and the pudding and the banana pudding and the vanilla wafers for you. And so I say that to say is it's an opportunity to really change everything. Now we can roll out the details. I mean, Byron, what are some more important details that they should know?
So you pay $1,000, and like I said, we guarantee that in 90 days you'll have your first deal under contract. We talking about you know who the seller is, and we'll know who the buyer is, or at least we'll have an offer. So 90 days, you'll have a deal. If you don't, we give you $1,000 back. Now, what you have to do in that 90 days is you have to buy 20 leads. And if you use my property leads link, then that should cut it down to 18 leads for you. And the leads cost on property leads 125. On need to sell my house fast, they 75. So it could get you for anything between $2,250 to $1,500. If you just went straight, need to sell my house fast, you could pay $1,500 and get 20 leads. And we guarantee that you would get a deal, dude. Of course, you know, need to sell my house fast. If you bid 75 the lowest, you know, we'll tell you what counties you need to be going to. We'll tell you what kind of counties you need to stay away from. Obviously, you have to buy the 20 leads. You can't buy 15 in the 90 days. You need to buy 20. But man, the biggest thing for me, man, is that you know seeing what wholesale, well, seeing what real estate and the wealth that real estate can bring people, and the how it can change your life, you know, is big. So what we're trying to do, man, is change people's lives, man. Show you how to go out here and make stuff happen, free up your time. It's like a lot of people hit me up and like, man, I gotta get out of my 9 to 5, or I just had another kid. I really want to spend time with my kid. I really want to, you know, do this and that. I really want to, you know, most people that hit me up ain't just saying, man, I gotta have a bunch of money in my account. You know, I really need a lot of money. They saying they want time. They saying they want freedom. They saying, you know, they want to do something different. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to bring it to people, man, because I know what I've been able to do. I know what it brought me, and I know what it can bring other people. So trying to change some lives, man. So we picking 5 people, and actually one of the spots is already taken. So we got 4 people that that we're actually going to take on. So 4 people that we're going to take on. So if you're interested, you can hit me up. I think the link is not in the description. I'll put the link in the description though. But hit me up on IG or hit Cordero up. Either one of us will. We'll see your link, show you how to get to it, man. But and like I said, man, we ain't taking on anybody either. You know, this serious people. If you come playing around, man, we'll give your money back, tell you to go on. Like, dude, we ain't playing around. We trying to really do some serious stuff here, man. So if you really about it, really want to get your deal, you tired of just paying to learn, you ain't paying to learn. You paying to learn and actually produce a deal. So if you're ready to do a deal, come to Death Row.
I'm telling you now, that's the difference. I know because we've seen it. You know, we can actually guarantee it. I've been in a lot of courses. I paid a lot of money for a lot of courses. Byron's been in courses. And even in the courses that I've been in successful courses, I paid for Byron's course, but there was never a guarantee to go with it, a money back guarantee. I mean, if you don't get a deal in the 20 leads, 90 days, or however long it takes to get to the 20 leads, then you get your money back. So you know what I mean. But guaranteed deal, but the knowledge you gain. Like teaching you how to fish. I like, just putting that. If you want fish, let me lead you to the lake.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that they can never take from you. Like a lot of people, like I honestly at this point, I'm kind of stunned at how fast it happened for Jade and how fast it's happening for Richard. It's like I can't even fathom what, because y'all gotta understand, Jade like 21 or something like that, maybe 20. You know what I mean? Like Jay just decided to take action, and he took massive action, and he connected with people and stuff like that. So I'm like, dang, I didn't have this then. I wish I did. I didn't have this then. I ain't have what Jay has. So I'm like, dang, I wonder. Every day I'm thinking like, dang, where Jay gonna be? It's not even just about, oh, Jay got this deal. Jay is getting access, and honestly, me and Jay are still working. Jay is getting access to understanding like how to actually do this. So we'll work on it a lot more. But I just think that like this is a guarantee. It's crazy, bro. Consider that.
Hey, on IG, Jesus Shuttleworth say you don't want somebody that's gonna be dancing all up in your videos.
Yeah, dancing all in the videos. Come to death, bro. But Illis Vlogs just asked a good question. No, he asked two good questions. Really, if you get no response, it's probably a bad deal. No, heck no. If you get no, if you talking about a PPL, if you get no response, the deal that we just Jade's first deal, they came.
Where is this at?
It's the next one above this.
Oh, okay.
That's the same guy. If you get no response, it's probably a bad deal. If you're referring to PPL in his vlogs, Jade first lead, and we'll talk about it when we get Jade in. He called them, and I'm not joking. That thing, let's say it came in on a Monday. He didn't get them on the phone till maybe like the following Monday or something like, or maybe even like weeks after that. I don't know. He called them 80 times. Not playing. He called 30 people. Jay called just one person 80 times, just so you can see how much it takes. Call them, text them, call them, text them. I'm not saying he called them like 80,000 times, a bazillion times. He called them 80 times. And then after we actually got him locked up, I can't tell you how many times I had to call him just to go through the process, the transactional coordination, making sure the seller was upholding their end. Like there would be days I called him like 10 times just to get them to let us in the property. Oh, my bad. You know what I mean? So no, if you get no response, it's probably a bad deal. Not at all. Not at all. You can't never prematurely value the outcome. You don't know if it's a good deal or a bad deal until you get them on the horn. Real estate is a numbers game. Yes. Unwomen. I'm glad if you didn't take anything from what we talked about today, it's his skill and developing your process, but you only do that through the numbers, right? And so what is a definition of a good deal? I think the better question is what's a definition of a good lead? Because a deal is a deal.
Yeah.
A deal that closes is a good deal. Matter of fact, a deal that closes and successfully is a good deal. Well, what's a good lead that will lead to a deal is one that can turn into a deal. One that has demand. One, if you're thinking about it from a wholesale lens, a property that buyers want to buy for more than what you have it under contract for.
Rich just said, "Will you make big money?"
I mean, when you make any money, if you do a $2,500 deal, you're gonna be like, it's not $250,000. No, you do that $2,500, go buy you some more leads. You guys,
that's another thing, man. Go ahead.
Now I was just reading it. You guys have helped me like crazy. It's not many people will stay on the phone for an hour just to dude. Richard, you bringing we all bringing value to each other. But that's the business. I was telling Richard, that's just the business, man. This is what you got to do.
Yeah, for sure. And but that's real though, man. It's like I don't know who else y'all about to call and get on the phone with for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know who else y'all about to call and get on the phone with. And like I said, man, that's the rocket fuel. It's like being able to actually connect with somebody who doing deals and then be able to work with them on some leads. Like, dude, it's rocket fuel. We ain't got no secrets. We ain't doing nothing special. We just doing what we do, which is do deals. And if you connect with somebody that's doing deals and you can bring them, they let you come in and work with them and you bring in some leads, you're going to do deals. It's just no doubt. So Jay said, I'm 20, you turn 21 next month. God, dog, Jay, but you graduated 2 years ago? Shoot. I had to stop teaching by the time you graduated. Good Lord.
Boy, Jay just got out. Boy, Jay about the same age as your son, ain't it?
You stupid. Yeah. So Jay said, Rich, we cut from the same cloth, no doubt, man. So
hey, y'all from the same cloth, but they got different qualities, man. Dude, y'all definitely some killers, bro. Y'all some killers, bro.
Some dogs.
Telling you. Some psychopaths. They're really some psychopaths. I just want to let y'all know. Jade and Richard are some psychopaths. Y'all can reach out to them, but they're some psychos, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But shoot, man, we've been on this thing an hour and 11 minutes, man. We appreciate everybody who came through. In the description, you'll find a link to my course where I just teach the basic fundamentals of wholesaling. If you're interested in learning how to do this business, and the course is $10, man. $10, Cordero. What you think about that? The
what?
course.
Dude, let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real. Can we keep it real? The Albany people just text us. The deal we closed, they just text us. Just text me right now. They got 3 more land property that they want to sell us as well. She just texted me. I'm gonna call her back tomorrow. But
send me those. Send me the address.
Everybody that heard him just say 10, he was playing. He gets sleepy sometimes. He don't know what he's saying. He don't understand. If we 10x that, that's $100. But the way it works is you got to send me 90, and then when you go on the course, it's just gonna say 10. You send the 10 there, and then you send the other 90 to me. Okay, that's what the cost is. Hey, so I did just graduate 2 years ago. No lie. Yeah, we know. We know.
You graduated. By the time you graduated, man, I had stopped teaching, man. Good Lord. But shoot, yeah, man. I mean, nah, man. I just wanted to go ahead and throw some out there, get the people something, man. I was looking through that course. I was like, dang. Like if you go through and listen to the course and go through that thing, you'll really understand the fundamentals of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really want people to, go through and, $10, man. You know what I'm saying? Skip it, that's less than a meal,
Nah, dude. It's inflation, bro. You should have charged them 50 or something. I don't agree. Because that course for real, that I paid $2,000. I paid $2,000 for a mentorship or something like that. It was worth $10. Okay. Yeah. And I paid $2,000 for it. Didn't get me nowhere. I paid a lot of money for some education over the years.
Yeah, dude.
Let me
I'd
know.
probably I'd probably pay like $1,000 for probably
But
less
your
than
stuff got you. But your stuff got you somewhere. Some of the stuff that you got you somewhere. I'm saying this course, dude. That course is solid.
yeah.
And most of these courses and these programs are not made by. You're not being taught by someone with an actual teaching degree. You know what I'm saying? You're not being taught by somebody with an actual degree. And I think Byron was a chemistry physics teacher or something like that.
This guy talking crazy,
It
man.
was-
This guy, wow, man.
But yeah, dude, y'all know where to hit us up at, man. We running this course. We already got somebody. We got a couple spots. And listen, if you get in now, like I said, it's about 80% off. You know, as we continue to garner success and we refine this process, I don't know. I can't guarantee. And I'm also going to talk to Byron about upping the price on that course. And I don't get no money from the course. I get nothing from the course. I just genuinely know it's important. Well, I'm gonna talk to Byron and see if I can get some bread from the course. You know, I get like 10%. Send me $1.
You
Off.
stupid, man. You are dumb, man. But hey, like I at first I was like, I was thinking about, I ain't know what to do. I hadn't went back and looked at that course, but I was looking at it, I was like, dang, did like,
Yeah.
we show you like the process of this how it goes, this how it goes. But a lot of the mentals, a lot of the thought process that goes into how do I know it's a good deal, like how do we approach wholesaling? All the different, and it goes step by step by step by step by step. All the little things, every little thing, all the big ideas, like it's in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's only $10. So it is a steal, dude. But I want people to know the basics before I would like for you to know the basics before you even come and us try to come help you do a deal, because that would really close the gap. You know what I'm saying? That would really close the gap to where when you go to talk to Cordero, at least you would be able to kind of understand where you're coming from, and maybe you can have a decent conversation with him if you starting from straight scratch. You know what I'm saying? That, it would really be able to help you. So, but man, what else you got, man? We finna get up out of this thing. It's been an hour and 17. You got any more questions on your end?
I got a question on my end. What time are we going to sleep? I think somebody asked what time are we going to sleep.
You stupid,
Or was
man.
that me?
You stupid.
Yeah,
Jesus Shuttlesworth, man, appreciate that. He said he's gonna go check it out right now. It's like, yeah, man, I mean, definitely solid. Like I said, I'm the last person to give anything credit. Cordero kept talking about that course, and I was like, I made the course, but I didn't really go back and go through and watch it. But I went back and I was like, maybe Cordero was serious.
I was dead serious, bro. Go check the $300 courses. Go check the Max Maxwell course. I bet he got a course. See if it measure up to that one.
Yeah, man. So, but shoot, man, we finna get out of this thing, man. Appreciate all y'all for coming through. And man, we'll be back in this thing tomorrow. But until then, man, peace out.
Peace out.